Hi, this is my lesson plan for EDSE 638. Lesson plan is going to be on some transition skills that kids will use once they get out of school that they can use in everyday life. It's going to be a combination of an overview of a lesson plan that would take a few days. There'll be there'll be an overview of that. Then there will be some example of some instruction on a skill, on a transition skill that the kids will need and use pretty much every day in life. So here we go. What the kids are going to be doing over 3 days is preparing for uh, a potato bar. And what they will do with that is for teachers at the school, the kids will be making potatoes for them. And they'll be shopping for the potatoes. They'll be coming up with a budget for the potatoes. They'll be coming up with how much ingredients they need, different toppings that they put on the potatoes. So some of the skills that they're going to be using is uh, making a shopping list, sticking to that list, budgeting, shopping just in general, getting the right ingredients and the correct amount of ingredients, um, taking orders for when people come in, cooking, following a recipe, being polite to customers when they come in and buy something from you. Uh, it's experience working retail. It also lets them count money and give the correct change. And then finally, at the end of it, they'll be cleaning up. So what they'll need for this activity is they're going to have a lot of access to some certain things. Um, this could easily be done in like in a skills room, in a DCD room, or in if you have access to like a family and consumer science room, like what we used to call home ec. So you need a kitchen, obviously, to make your stuff. The kids would also like on the one of the days after they get the orders from the staff, so they know the amount when they make the potatoes for the teachers. They need to know what the teachers want on their potatoes, and they need to know how many potatoes that they need to get, so they can go to the grocery store and buy those things. What they'll need to do while at the grocery store is figure out, like I said, the exact amount of potatoes that they need, the exact amount of other ingredients that they need, so they have the correct amount of money and they don't, and it's not wasted. You'll need obviously transportation to get there. You'll need permission slips. Um, After everything's made, you'll need a cash box because you'll actually charge the teachers to come in for the potato bar. So like we'll charge them like $4, and that you know kind of allows us to break even on everything. So we can do that. The other thing that we'll need for like the instructions today that I'll be demonstrating is uh, we're gonna need some whiteboards, and we're also gonna need some fake money, which will give the kids some practice in making correct change. All right, so here we go. All right, guys. You remember like yesterday we went to the grocery store. We got all our groceries for what we're gonna be making tomorrow. So that stuff's all taken care of. We're through the first part. But today what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice giving the correct change and making change. Okay, because it's really important tomorrow when people come in that we give them the correct change, right? It's because we don't want to take advantage of them, and we don't want to make a mistake and actually lose money doing this. So I have some. You guys all have whiteboards at your desks. What I have four problems up on the board for you guys to work on. We're gonna do one at a time. But before I do that, I want you guys to get into groups of two, no more than two. We have an even number, so that should be good. Um, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm going to give you guys each $100 worth of fake money that we can practice with. And then we also got some change. So I'll come around and I'll give this to everyone. And then once everybody has this, we'll get started. All right. So you guys can see the first four problems are up, we'll do one at a time. We'll go through these together. They get a little more difficult as we go. All right. So number one, up on the smartboard. A potato costs $4 and you have a $5 bill. How much change will you get back? Now, if you know that off the top of your head, that's great. Okay. Make the correct change with your partner. Each of you practice doing it, and then we'll move on to the next one. If you need to do the math, that's what your whiteboard's for. Okay. Each have a marker, each have a whiteboard, and then you can do it. I will come around, I'll give you guys about 30 seconds or so to do that problem, and I will come around and make sure that you have the correct change. So the correct change I want, once you have it, once you and your partner decide what it is, I want you to put what you think the correct change is. I want it written on your smartboard, not your smartboard, your whiteboard, and then also the money up in the corner of your desk, so I can make sure that you got it right both ways. So you're counting the money right, and on the whiteboard, it looks like you have the right answer. All right? So about 30 seconds. All right, so it looks like I walked around, everybody did a good job on that one. Number two, this one gets a little bit harder because we got change and all that we're gonna be, like nickels, dimes, quarters that we're gonna be dealing with, so it gets a little more challenging for you. So number two, your cheese costs $7.50. You pay with a $10 bill. How much change should you get back? Okay, so with your partner, discuss it, turn and talk, and we'll come back to you. And again, put the correct answer on your whiteboard, and then also put the correct change in the corner of your desk so I can come around and make sure that everything looks good. All right, good. Looks like everybody had that one. Wasn't too difficult. All you had to use was a couple of $1 bills and a couple of quarters for your change. Number three, the salsa we need costs $12.75. We pay with a $20 bill. How much change should we get? Okay, so this one's a little harder. You're gonna have a little bit more change to give. Okay, but said when you work at a retail job, you don't always get easy change to give back. Sometimes it's a little more complicated. So again, same thing, same procedure, 30 seconds or so. Take a shot at it, put the correct answer on your whiteboard, and then put the correct change up on the top corner of your desk. Okay, I'll just watch from here. If I feel like people aren't getting it, I'll come around and try to help. All right, so you guys should have seen that looked like when I looked around, everybody had the right answers written up on their board. You guys had $7.25 was the correct answer. All right, moving on to the last problem. The bacon costs $23.47. You pay with two $20 bills. How much change should we get? So this one's actually even harder because you gotta add up what two $20 bills cost, and then you gotta get your change from that. Okay, so take a few seconds to do the problem. Write it on your board. give the correct change. When you think you have the correct answer, raise your whiteboards up and show me. Okay. Guys, looks like you did a very good job with the change on that one. So the correct answer for that one, like all of you guys had, is $16.53. All right. So now what we'll do is we can put away the whiteboards. I'll come around and collect the money, and just some additional practice making change. I'll hand out this worksheet to you. You can still work with your partners, but what you need to do is make sure everyone turns in a worksheet. Even though you're working with partners, everybody has to turn their own in. All right. Are there any questions? All right.